section moving for a flanking manoeuvre. So the Germans at this stage are fighting a fairly empty rearguard action. They really don't have that much ammunition. The Spandau there will deliver something like 1,000 rounds a minute, but they've probably not got that much ammunition because they've just lost all their support units. So the Americans have called in armoured support. They've got a half troop of Sherman tanks. Now whatever you say against the Sherman, it really is the tank that won the North European War, Northwest Europe War. It did have its faults. The Germans did call them Bronsons because they lit up first time when they were hit. However, it didn't matter that it took 5 Shermans to take out the Tiger, because there were 10, 20, 30 Shermans for every Tiger tank. The difference between, the part of the reason for this was that Allied production techniques were different to the Germans. The Germans kept making a new tank and a new design, and they never really got them into full production. Whereas the Sherman was developed all the way through the war, and got better and better, but it was the same tank. So the Germans tank gun, more than a match for the Sherman, but only really in ambush. So once its position has been noted, it can't really do much because it doesn't have a turret, it can't rotate its gun without moving the vehicle. But that gun is more than a match for a Sherman. At the moment, the infantry are trying to tell the Sherman crew about the StuG. Don't know if they've heard. And the Sherman's been hit.
Oh, the Sherman's on fire. Look. Don't know. Look at the smoke coming out of it now.
So they're calling in more armour, a thing that the Germans just don't have. Sheer weight of numbers coming in here. Now that's the next thing they're bringing in.
Yeah.
It's a 60mm mortar. That's the American equivalent of British 2-inch infantry mortar. Hand portable, quite accurate over short range. So they're going to take out the MG, take the Spandau out with the mortar. You can do a lot with an infantry mortar. There's at least one incident of an infantry mortar taking out a Tiger tank. That was the DCLI in a place called the Prt2 in 1944.
No.
First ranging shots from the mortar. You usually take a couple of rounds just to get the range. So the Germans have pulled away from their machine gun position. They can't stay there. and that will allow the Americans to advance. So that was a call for heavy artillery. So we've got artillery, heavy artillery, long-range artillery coming in on the machine gun position. That was the first ranging shot.
You see that one?
So the Americans leading off with their tanks. One tank per section, each covering the other. What the German half-tracks do, they might have mobile infantry in it.
You can, but there's so much happening, I wouldn't.
Why?
Because you get stuff from the right and the left.
Americans getting ready to move forward. Surprised the Germans haven't moved forward and remanned that machine gun.
What? Thank you. That's great.
So they've got a bazooka, which is a handheld anti-tank weapon, and they're going to deal with the half-track with that. Again, this is a low-bore weapon, rocket technology. It only came in towards the end of the war. The American infantry moving forward, one section covering the other. And the Germans pulling back off the hump. They've obviously decided that's untenable. And the half-track's been hit by bazooka. Two sections moving together, each covering the other, in radio contact with each other. So any chance of the battlefield can be reacted. Something tells me they're going to take quite a lot of prisoners. Should be disarmed, searched, allowed to keep their personal items, and moved back to a cage. in theory. So now we've got the chaos of dealing with prisoners
Don't knock
and moving them back to
camera,
a
man.
cage before the position can be consolidated and made
the
secure.
Germans for you.
Yeah. You hot?
And a hog.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was index. The late World War II